Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Warsaw for today's daily challenge. We will begin with 4 traffic lights. That's all we get. And some colors of destinations are always circles. That should be fine. A little bit of rounded illumination for us. That'll be okay. Not to be confused with Illumination, the studio that makes the Minions movies, and presumably other things. I don't know. You know, that cow has a lot of cash in it, but you must do other things, right? Illumination? Like, presumably there was a reason you were chosen to do the Minions in the first place. Well, don't say that anyone was chosen to do the Minions. There's... Oh no. Oh, the show's been on for 30 seconds and we're thinking about minion porn. Why? Why do I do things? Why do I say things? Why am I me? Oh, these are questions one must ask oneself. Trombone Dalek was here first. Oh. Okay, well... So we've got this green circle. Yep, Dalek's leaving. That's fair. I understand. I understand and accept your decision, Dalek. We'll take another bridge on account of the fact that we've already used 2 bridges. You've been very mean to us today, game, already. First with the minion thought, which somehow is the video game's fault. And then also with having us use both bridges right off the bat here. But, you know. It'll be fine. We've got these 2 green businesses. We are filling out this area in here with some greenhouses, which is good. Take a couple of these down here, serve this business. These 4 shall serve this one. We can supplement as necessary, maybe with this guy. Bingo bango like so go. Oh, Lord. Friends, it has occurred to me that we are going to wrap up UFO 50 a lot more quickly than I thought. Like, when we first started playing UFO 50, and it must have just been a coincidence of the random roll. Like, we rolled randomly for the 50 games, and they put a bunch of the slower, worse games up front. Because these last 2 UFO 50 streams this week have been, one, chock full of games. Like, we've been playing, I feel as though we've been playing, like, meaningful samples of a dozen games. I certainly have not exhaustively tried to complete games, but my basic approach to UFO 50 is I am going to play a game until I am sick of it, and then I am going to move on to the next one. And I'm trying to give them, like, legitimate chances and things to be like, hey, here's what you need to know about this game, here's how it feels to play, that sort of thing. I'm certainly not trying to beat all of them. Good Lord, that was never the plan. And it just has so happened that in the past couple of streams, we've gotten through an awful lot of them. And it seems as though a lot of the better ones were weighted toward the back. Let's take a look if we can, and we certainly can. I'm the one controlling the buttons after all. At the top 40 to this point, Seaside Drive took the number 1 spot last night. Trombone Dalek has dropped a clip in the chat. It's probably about minions. Yeah, that stands to reason. Seaside Drive, we just played last night. Velgris, we've played this week. Warp Tank, we've just played this week. The Campanellas, we've just played this week. It's been a lot of the better, more fun games in UFO 50 that happened to roll toward the back, which is a thing that can happen. 10 more games to go through. We shall do those next week. Let's take a motorway and try to figure out what we're doing with these purple friends. Hello, purples. You can come up here and then possibly down that away. Sure. That'll work. Now let's see if I can get this clip loaded and we take a look at that at some point here. Boop and boop. Can I get you to load without being horrible? Yes, I can. Doot and doot. And we'll swing a 5th purple doot right in thusly. And then can make this happen. There we go. All right. That purple business has just come in. And before we take a moment to deal with that, let us pause the game, pause the Spotify, and revisit something from a scant 2 minutes ago, because damn it, it was probably funny. You must do other things, right? Illumination? You'd hope. Like, presumably there was a reason you were chosen to do the minions in the first place. Well, don't say that anyone was chosen to do the minions.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, the show's been on for 30 seconds and
Barely.
we're thinking about minion porn. Why? Why do I do things? Why do I say things? Why am I me? Oh, these are questions one must ask oneself. These are all very important questions, honestly. You need to have that level of introspection at all times, really, but especially when you create the most depraved visuals for yourself and then simply must live with their existence. There's nothing we're going to be able to do to scrub that from the annals of... Oh, God, I swear this isn't intentional. I'm not doing a bit. Well, I am doing a bit, but I'm not doing a bit about... So we got this purple business over here, right? We're going to run a non-existent bridge off over this way, and we're going to run out of road. So what we're actually going to do is just draw motorway number 1. We're just actually going to draw motorway number 1, and this is going to be fine. So the plan is this road goes away, right? And then eventually... Yeah. I think you see the vision now. Oh, wait. Oh, we might have a different vision. Oh, Paul Bettany may be out of work. Oh, I think we have a different vision. I like this vision. Hold on. You come over this way. Fuck that vision. Let's make like Elizabeth Olsen and fuck that. Okay. Made 2 famous people references already. Take another bridge. Got us a fair bit of road tile back. Draw this going up here. Tremendous. And now... It also turns out to be a good thing I reclaimed that motorway, because we got to get greens way the hell across the map. Like, all the way across the map, we got to get greens. So that's awful. Fortunately, as stated, we do have this motorway back, so these greens can just wee all the way over to here. This enormous clump of purple will go serve this purple business. These 2 purple houses will try to do the same. It'll be fine for a while, and then it won't be fine, but hopefully by the time it's not fine, they'll have some new stuff. I would be lying if I said I was tremendously confident in that, but, you know, it's important for people to have hope, I guess. Let's take another bridge, and, unfortunately... Good afternoon, Sun Flares Space. Thank you for being here. All right, so we've got these, and then if you branch out that away, yes. So if we put a PCTL right about here, we can then sort of do this, and then I'm going to want to approach these from here. So basically we want this purple car to get past here, voop, up out of there. Sunflare Space is indeed a very loyal viewer. I cannot say the same about Sunflare Space's stream. I am not a very loyal viewer. I am a bad Twitch viewer, just in general. It is a failure of me as a person. I do pop in every now and then. They are good streams. You should watch them if you are a person who watches Twitch streams. I am very rarely a person who watches Twitch streams. Sunflare Space more frequently is a person who watches Twitch streams, this is good. Sunny's playing Disco Elysium. That is a game that I have constantly heard is good and fun and have tried to play like twice, and both times I've gotten distracted very early on and not actually gotten to the point where the game starts being good. Like, there was one time, I think both times we've started playing it was during a subathon, which, with the benefit of hindsight, is not really the, like, doing a subathon is not conducive to appreciating a game like Disco Elysium, I think. Especially if you're starting it cold as a surprise to yourself. I don't think that's the environment that is conducive to loving Disco Elysium. Oh, God. All right. We've got these... Yes, I'll bust out my terrible fake Russian accent because we started talking about Disco Elysium, obviously. We've got this purple business over here. These 4 purple houses shall serve it, and we'll steal, a couple of purples from here. I think a couple of stolen purples in this manner. Let's not bulldoze that tree. There's no real reason to bulldoze that tree. We needn't bulldoze a tree, need we? I think we need not. All right. So, we'll run these 4 purples way over here to serve this business. These 4 from here shall reorient themselves to go this way. This green business over here is a fuck. So, all right. Well, let's do this then. We've got motorway number 1, right? Let's draw motorway number 2. I'm going to reroute these. I think if I get another bridge, I might actually want to bridge these greens over here. And for now, just going to let this re-stratify itself. And then once it does, we'll swoop motorway number 2 up into here to serve this. So these 2 greens will serve this. And then these 3 will continue serving this, and we'll actually make it more than that, serving that probably, on account of the present need for more dude fuckers. So, alright. Let's take used tos, because you're the most conveniently situated. There. The 5 of you serve this business. 2, let's make it 4 and 3. 4 of you down here to serve this. 3 of you over here to serve that. That should be fine. Sort of, hopefully, maybe. It's not immediately dying, so that's nice. I will, in fact, take a motorway instead of a bridge. I possibly could have taken the bridge and tried to reclaim motorway number 1, but I would have used all of my road tiles in doing that, so fuck it. Oh, goodness. Immediately rewarded for taking the motorway. If I had taken the bridge, I would have just been punished by not having road tiles. Instead, now we have Quandary. Y'all remember the edutainment game, Dr. Quandary's something something? Was a weird logic puzzle game. Anyway. Let's draw motorway number 3. Swoop in that away. And once this purple bridge debridges itself again, this is in fact the 2nd time that I've murder-killed this purple bridge in order to accommodate something else. But once this purple bridge demurderates itself again, come out to here, swing that. You're gonna, no, draw the bridge good, Goog. This is probably the last time I'm drawing that bridge. Now we have these 3 oranges stacked up together. They can swoop down here into motorway number 3. And again, if I had a whole bunch of road tiles and a bridge, I can probably just bridge this and then reclaim the motorway. So we're getting to the point where there's an argument for taking a bridge over a motorway, because I do have there's never an argument for taking a bridge over a motorway. There is an argument for taking a bridge over a roundabout, but that's about it. Okay, so we've got this dark green over here. Buddy, what are you going to be? I think what we're going to do with that is just ignore it, honestly. I think for right now, the thing to do with that business is ignore it. Just try to figure out what's happening with all of this garbage. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. So you oranges come here. You can point that way. And if I pull these two together, bridge over motorway, if you've got bridge speed limit increases, those are things that happen sometimes. If motorways cost road tiles, absolutely. Let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel some of these greens in some position, in some directions, rather. Because we've got, look, we've got all of this, and we've got this. Okay. Now, I think the thing to do next is to toss a roundabout there, which bulldozes that tree. Sorry about that tree. And now these 3 greens coming into here, roundabout, and then they serve this green business right here. That seems somewhat feasible. I feel like this green and maybe this green are pulled a little thinner than I'd like. You know, this green right here only has the 1, 2, 3 houses serving it. You know what I wish was a thing? I wish, in Windows, there's a setting that allows you to expand the size of your mouse cursor. I wish that if you do that on your local PC, OBS captures the actually increased size of the cursor. Because if it did, boy, I would have increased the size of this cursor a long time ago. But no, it does not. I've tried. All right. Over here we have a beigeness, which isn't great. Don't love it. But we do have 4 beige houses here with basically nothing going on. So these 4 beiges with basically nothing going on can swing up here into this business. Now, I could, theoretically, rather than that, I could reclaim a bridge by doing this. If we move this motorway such that it actually serves this circle, and we draw this road such that instead of a traffic light peeling off there, there's a traffic light that peels off here, these beige houses then are split between Dunnemore Motorway. They're split now between this circle and this square, which reclaims some motorway, gets me another bridge back, and also puts a little less heat on these 5 houses. These 5 houses had previously been supporting 2 separate circles, which is a bad idea. That's bad to have 5 houses support 2 circles. Now, to be clear, it's not great to have 5 houses support a circle and a square at really any stage of the game, but certainly you don't want it supporting 2 circles. Do a little aesthetic maintenance work over here on this circle. Toss a few more light greens over to serve this circle. That will, broadly speaking, be fine. Okay, now, orange right here. Orange right here is fine. I'm okay with that. There was another... Oh, yes, I was going at some point to consider replacing motorway number 1. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I think motorway number 1, now that it is like a high express road type situation for 2 different colors, I think we're just okay with motorway number 1 being where it is. Motorway number 1 here to stay forever and ever, amen, especially given that we have like 2 spare motorways. There's no pressing need to reclaim motorway number 1, so I think we're just going to be fine with motorway number 1 being where it is. Oh, good. Hold on. I had to cough a lot more than I thought I had to cough. It turns out that I rather substantially had to cough. So, oh, hi. You're a circle now. I don't care for that. Well, if this is going to be a circle, then, I mean, presumably at some point there are going to be more orange houses that spawn, right? Because, like, if this is going to be a circle, we're going to need more orange houses. I don't know how else to say it. This little 5-house situationship is actually working out fairly well. I don't mind it. Not a fan of this being here, but think we can just kind of yoink a couple of houses and it'll basically be okay. We come like so. Drop a downly swoopy bridge. Probably would have been ever so slightly more efficient to do a uply swoopy, huh? All right. We'll draw it again as an uply swoopy. There. That does involve bulldozing a tree. Sorry about that tree. Everybody drop your creepy dozers in the chat if you got them. And if you don't got them, well, that's your fault, friends. There are buttons. You can subscribe. I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to encourage you to do it. You can drop creepy dozers in the chat. Who didn't want to make creepy dozers a thing? All right. Let's see here. So we got these greens. This is okay. Is it time for a proper east to west roundup? Are we going to be okay for a minute? I think we might be okay. Samurai Sam, our good friend, did mention that this got to be a pretty anthilly challenge for him. So things appear to be fairly stable, right? This is what happens when you say things. When you say things, things go to shit. If nobody ever said anything, everything would be okay. Have you ever considered that? That if nobody ever said anything, everything would be okay? That's not actually true, but it is funny. All right. Let's restructure our green situation. I think that's the best way to handle this going circular, is to just blow everything up and whine about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4 greens. We're going to loop this road like so. These 1, 2, 3, 4 greens are now the primary support vector for this business. Okay? Next, we'll take these 5 light greens right here, draw them like this. These 5 are the new primary support for this light green circle. That, in turn, frees up a whole bunch of these light greens right here. How many is a whole bunch? I don't know, like 5 of them. So these 5 light greens restructure, reorient themselves, point over this way, support this circle. We've still got these 3 to the square. That's all well and good and fine. Everybody's going to be okay here. We did kind of leave this one light green house abandoned on an island with nothing to do, but, you know, there are worse fates in life than to live on an island with nothing to do, you know? Presumably one has housing. If you are a house, you have housing. That's the new rule. So if you have housing, you're on an island, you have nothing to do, enjoy your island, buddy. You know, plant your foundation in the sand or something. I don't know. The metaphor falls apart when you start considering a house as a sentient being. So don't. All right. Enter another roundabout. This green has now gone circular, which short term is fine. Long term, I'm not thrilled about it, but hey, you've got 6 cars who spawn right on your on-ramp here. That's something. I did notice this orange is starting to get a little dicey right here, because we've got exactly 2 houses coming down here and serving this, and that's not very many houses. Ideally, you would want more houses than that. So, what are we going to do about that, actually? Wonderful question, to which I think I have an answer, actually. let's kill this road here. If we kill that road, and then we restructure these oranges. So now this business has 6 houses serving it instead of 2, which is good. We've killed this road. We'll replace it by killing this road. Having these 4 oranges just take motorway number 4 straight down, due south, into here. It's a 90s network comedy. Due south. The joke is Canada. Due south, I believe, shared a universe with Northern Exposure. I don't remember if it was a proper spin-off or if it was just a similarly thought of program that then later had a crossover. But yeah, as I recall, Due South was a police procedural comedy, and the joke was Mounties. It was the 90s. You could get away with a television show where the whole joke is Canada. Oh, hi there. Okay, you remember when we had 2 beige circles over here and I was like, this is bad, we shouldn't have 5 houses supporting 2 circles? Well, now we have 5 houses supporting 2 circles again on account of this being a circles. So, bad. Not good. And yes, indeed, Trombone Dalek, things do look funny when you're talking about Hulk Hogan's dick. Don't ever talk about... There's no good reason to talk about Hulk Hogan's dick. There are good reasons to talk about Hulk Hogan being a dick. Basically, whenever anyone says a good thing about Hulk Hogan, they should... Not always, because sometimes you're just being a killjoy, but usually it's worth mentioning that Hulk Hogan was actually a gigantic asshole and should not be upheld as a moral person or role model or inspiration or reasonable human being or orange fella or nothing. But, you know. Alright, this orange here, speaking of oranges, has gone circular, which isn't great, but hey, we've got 3 houses to support it. How is Nora? She is, in fact, still an adorable kitty cat who can do no wrong and keeps knocking shit over. She's discovered a new game, which is that if she somehow pins the fishing tail end of one of those little cat bobber toys, if she pins that under a thing that is a load-bearing thing, she can just bat at the fish for hours on end until the load that it is bearing is no longer borne and topples over, which then gives her an excuse to sprint through the house as though she is being murdered. So, that's nice. She can do that. She's also very good at meowing. She gets a lot of practice. She's really dedicated to her craft in that sense, but she's gotten very good at meowing. Oh, these 5 oranges are now serving this business. We had some more swans up here. That's good. Trombone Dalek has redeemed a treat for Nora, which we probably should have seen coming. Let us shake the treat jar. Hello, the Nora. Hi. You gonna let me scoop you today? All right. What if I was to make you think that you would get the treat by jumping up on the hassock, which actually would just make you easier to scoop? Can I trick you into jumping up on the footrest and therefore being made easier to scoop? No? All right, fine. That's reasonable. You're smart. Nope. Come here. All right, so we're not scooping the cat, but I am going to throw the treat for her. Nora, come here. You have one little tuft of fur sticking off of your leg. Let me pluck it. Come here. Come here. Go get it. Off she goes. Thank you, Trombone Dalek. Nora is indeed smarter than Goog. That is true. That is true. She's smarter than the average Goog. Title of the episode. Oh, week 16. Ow. My eye. Oh. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Let's take a motorway. Oh, hi there, new purple circle. All right. So let's see here. Trombone Dalek needs to go get an oil change. Get your oil changed, Dalek. It's important. Good car maintenance is essential to stuff. All right. Let's do some separations going on here. We need to split these beiges or they're all going to die. If we don't split these beiges, they're all just going to die. So let's take these 3 beiges, draw motorway number 5, hop up just like this. That might be okay. The big thing that does is, 1, I honestly think that having 3 dedicated houses is better than having 5 split houses for this business. And certainly having 5 dedicated houses is better than having 5 split houses for this business. So I think both of these businesses are actually going to be better off for making that switch. Now, this purple right here. This purple right here, I don't feel great about. But I'm going to try a dumb thing. First, I'm going to add an additional purple into the roundabout. Then I'm going to add an additional purple into the roundabout. So now we've got 5 purples coming out of here. You remember what we were just saying about split businesses and 5 of them and how it's not necessarily the best and greatest thing for stuff? Well, ignore that. For you see, what we can do is have a little road come off here, just like this, with a PCTL. And now these 5 purple houses are serving 2 circles. And that's totally fine. Right? It's totally fine. It doesn't feel fine, actually. Also, can I sneak a roundabout in here? I kind of want to sneak a roundabout in here instead of... Yeah, we're going to sneak a roundabout in here instead of this traffic light road. You're going to go off that away. You're going to go off that away. We're going to have a whole bunch of road do a whole bunch of stupid thing. We're going to take these 2 purple houses, right? These 2 purple houses are going to go on a very long and stupid trip. This is just going to have to be fun. We'll do a PCTL right here. And then we'll just go right through this green neighborhood all the way over to here. If I wind up killing this business to support these 2, that's my own damn fault. And I deserve it. Okay. Now I can't really easily get you over there at all, which is a shame. I can, however, get a couple more greens involved in ultimately supporting this business, which is fine. We've got more beiges coming up here. This business is still a little bit mad about stuff, but it does appear to be recuperating somewhat okay-ishly. This orange has just gotten mad about stuff on account of it being a circle with 1 house. Now it's a circle with 2 houses. Oh, let's see here. Render unto me another bridge, I guess. Probably not using a 3rd bridge for the remainder of the run, but we'll see. Alright. Are you 2 purple circles surviving okay for the moment? It appears as though the answer is yes. Good. Very happy to hear that. This traffic light here is pretty much exactly as cromulent as I expected it to be, which is to say perfectly. It is a totally fine traffic light. This green circle is still getting by with only 3 houses, which is surprising, but I'm not complaining. This light green circle is a little more fucked with only 3 houses, which is not surprising. I kind of expect the default status of a circle business with only 3 houses to be fucked, so it's kind of okay. Ow. By the way, the folks at Dinosaur Polo Club ran a poll to determine what the next map is going to be, and Singapore was the winner, so that'll be fun. We'll have us a Singapore map here in Mini Motorways. That shall be a grand old time. We'll take a motorway. No reason to take a bridge over a motorway other than, like, if you desperately need the road tiles or if motorways cost them, that sort of thing. We talked about that earlier today, in fact. Ow. All right. East to west roundup. How are we doing? This light green business is supported by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses down here. They come up this way, have a perfectly cromulent traffic light, go in there. This appears to be a nice, tight little road piece right here. This purple circle is an island of beauty. You've got 1B and it's got 1R. That's exactly what you're looking for. We remember the guiding principle of mini motorways. You have 1B, it needs 1R. This is a perfect example of what you're looking for in a house. Now, as we continue further east, we start running into problems. Specifically, me being stupid. This untenable purple solution is rapidly losing tenability, so that's unfortunate. If we don't do something soon, we're going to have to rely on Matt Smith, which nobody wants that. Ultimately, we're going to have to give Neil Gaiman money, and nobody wants that. So, let's see here. I don't really have any spare purples other than, like, I have this one purple house. This one purple house, I believe, is the only purple on the map that's not presently connected to anything. And there's no good way to get it connected to anything. So I think these purples are just gonna kind of be fucked. Like, hopefully eventually we get more helpful purple spawns. That doesn't appear to be happening. But I could steal one of the purple houses that are serving this business. That's not going to solve the problem, though. It is, however, going to help, and you do need the help. Like, you do need extra cars. So, all right, I stole one of the purple houses from this business. This business is now certainly not fine, but getting there, maybe? Maybe? Eesh. Give me a roundabout. There's no way we're going through 4 motorways and 3 bridges. Now, to be clear, friends, there's also no way we're dropping 3 more roundabouts on this map. But, okay. Not amazing. Yeah, there's just, I could steal one of these. Yeah, I could steal this one purple house. And even that would make things awkward just because there's no great way to get it into... Unless... Well, hold on. What if we restructured the roundabout a little bit such that these purples from here... Yeah, these purples from here have the western spur, and then these purples from here have the northwestern spur. Okay. In doing that, I have functionally stolen a house from this business to get a house in to support these 2. And again, that's not gonna solve the problem, but it might keep us alive for another minute or 2, which is about all you can ask for. Yeah, there's no way in hell that I can get away with... Can I possibly get away with stealing another one? I don't think I can, but you know what I can do? Is I can use one of my many roundabouts. If I use one of my many roundabouts, then I can get this house involved for free. So, that's nice. That gets this house involved just at the expense of having a little bit more traffic delay here, and then a friendly purple spawn gets another house involved there? Hold on. Hold on. Friends, are we actually making progress here? I think we're making very slow progress on the project of sustainability for these 2 businesses. Now, is it worth it to... You know, I think it's worth it to just kind of blow this up now actually. Now that we've gotten a few purple houses to spawn in here, I think the thing to do is to say that these 6 from the west solely serve this. And sorry, I paused. I thought for a second that all of the lights in my house had just dimmed, but no, I had just right-clicked and held for a while. So, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these coming through here can do that. Now, this is still very awkward, and it's going to take a moment to sort everything out, but I think in the end, that's going to make it all better. Well, not all better, but like it's going to create a more sustainable environment to have 5 houses dedicated to the service of this business and 7 houses dedicated to the service of this business. I could be wrong about that. I'm willing to admit that I might be wrong about that, but it certainly seems a decent theory, doesn't it? It seems like a real decent idea, if nothing else. All right, render unto me a roundabout. Is there anything I can do to tighten this up and make this more efficient? Like, I don't think even if I pulled these greens down to the south, like, there's no way for me to really tuck them together unless, no, because, like, hold on. What if we just insulate, that's a word, by the way. What if we just huddle these greens together, have the purples go completely around them, like that, chop this road, get rid of that, draw motorway number 6 due north up to here, and now all of the dark greens here don't do anything anymore because they're not going into this roundabout and serving this business anymore. But all of the dark greens here, yeah, it looks like all of the dark greens here can shoot their various whoops. Okay. Fine. Now, this beige up here is dying. That's bad. I do, however, have a fair number of beiges just kind of sitting on these roads, not really doing anything. So naturally, the thing to do is further complicate this roundabout by adding a particularly phallic motorway and tossing motorway number 7 up into the western entrance of this double plaza, which in turn will serve this business. We also have a light green right here, which could serve this, but, you know, that's not a bad idea, because this only has 3 houses to it, so. Okay. So, early returns are bad for my whole purple save this asshole project, because my whole save this purple asshole project has resulted in this business being dying, so I feel as though the Save This Purple Asshole project is not actually doing what it was intended to do, and the purple asshole remains dying. Like, if we just look at the timer here and the cars that are coming in, like, this car right here is the next car that's going to get to this business. This business is going to die. And I don't see a single purple house on the entire map that has a car in its driveway. Like, this house right here is about to get a car into its driveway. Why are purples up here? Wait. Why and how are purples up here? Oh my god. Oh my god. So when I drew motorway number 7, to connect these motorways together. Purples from here started going up this way. You can see these two doing it. They start going up here, through this parking lot, across motorway number 1, back down here, into this roundabout, and then all the way down and around through here to get to this business. So it turns out that drawing motorway number 7 was one of the stupider things I've ever done in my life. Which I suppose is good to know. But hey, at least we're dead. So, you know, this is fine. Good morning, Lacey is bored. We got to 5,316 commuters over 159 days. That sure is a number. Top 25% in the world. It was a very, oh my God, Sam. It was a very point-scory challenge today. Apparently, Samurai Sam tripled us up and then some to 16,926. Drop those slams in the chat if you've got them. And, oh boy, this episode's been going for like 45 minutes. Okay. Let's try to move with something approaching alacrity for the remainder of the show, shall we? Bring in the Wordle box. Hello, the Wordle box. The Wordle today is Olive, obviously. Oh, wow. God damn. All right. So, now sadly there's no E, so it can't be like lover or something like that, but the Wordle today is valor. No? Okay. Well, we figured out where the V goes. That's something. The Wordle today is vocal. It stands to reason. If it wasn't vocal, I had no idea what it could possibly be. So, the Wordle today was vocal. Let us do some time guessing. Criddle Albion Purity Feeds for all stock. Landre and Bethania. Nebo and Bow Street 269. Okay. Disinfectants made in these premises are supplied by Chapman and Frierson. That's nice. Grimsby is like a, oh, wait. Warning. The IRA is here. Oh no. Not my 401k. It's an Irish thing. So does that mean we're in Ireland on account of the presence of the IRA? Would stand to reason. Hi there, sheep auction. Are we at an Irish sheep auction? All right, fine. We are in an Irish sheep auction in Belfast, Northern Ireland? Dublin, Ireland? Can we find Grimsby super quick? No? Okay. We are in Dublin, Ireland. We are in Belfast, Northern Ireland. There we go. In 1950. I don't know when the IRA was like in... I don't even know if the IRA is still an active going concern. But, yeah, we're just going to say we're in 1950. It was 1971 and also Wales. So, yeah. Next. Yeah, I did bad, Sam. I did bad. On to the other Washington, Mike Dukakis. Okay, so we are in Washington State when this gentleman, who we now recognize is Michael Dukakis, is running for president. Good for you. Okay, so this is like Pike Place Market. Yep, Pike Place Market, Seattle, Washington. Cool. So we know pretty much exactly where we are. We zoom in here. We head for the water. We are at Pike Place Market in Seattle, Washington. We're right about right here. And Michael Dukakis ran against... I believe he ran against George H.W. Bush, which would mean that this is like 1987 or 1988. So 1988. Yep. Good job, Goog. Pike Place Market, Seattle, Washington, 1988. Next. Hi there, fancy domed place. What's with the fancy domed place? Ooh. We got gentlemen in hats. We got gentlemen in head covers. We got a fancy domed place. Is this Turkey? I don't know why I think this is Turkey. I don't know where I think this is. It's not the Taj Mahal. It vaguely resembles it, but very vaguely. Mostly on account of being a fancy domed place. Any resemblance beyond being a fancy domed place is simply just fictional. Yeah, I got nothing. We got folks in fezzes. We got folks in head coverings, the name of which I don't know. And we got a fancy domed place. So we are in ... the Middle East in 19... Don't Move the Thing? How do I feel about 19 Don't Move the Thing? Feels a little too recent, actually. Let's oodle the thing a little bit to the left. Okay. So, we are in... I don't know. It could be Turkey. It feels a little more east than that. It feels like it might be like Tehran. But that's one of those guesses where you gotta be really confident in it in order to make it, and I'm not really confident in it. It could be Baghdad. It could be Baghdad. Fuck it. We are in Baghdad, Iraq in 1955? 1931. Also, good job oodling to the west, but you should have gone even further west. Also, apparently that's the Dome of the Rock, which is a thing I should have known, but okay, fine. Next. I did bad. Hey, look, a panda. All right. So we got a panda. No. Anyway. We got folk at a zoo. Hi there, folks at a zoo. This is a very narrow photograph. Like, this is a very vertically oriented photograph that doesn't actually show much other than folks at a zoo. So we got folks at a zoo. Mostly Chinese-looking folks. Some white European American looking folks. Mostly European, honestly, if I'm being like, yeah. So fuck, man, I don't know. We're at a zoo in Beijing in 2000. Like, what do we? Well, hold on. Maybe not 2000. Maybe like 1987 or something. 1990. Yes, we are at a zoo in Beijing, China, in 1990. Perhaps even the Beijing Zoo. Beijing. We are at a zoo in Beijing, China, in 1990. I am not going to try to find a zoo. We're just right there. This could be very wrong. I was not, in fact, very wrong. I was pretty damn close to right, although it was 1972, and apparently that's Pat Nixon. So, if I was a person who recognized first ladies, that would have been 1, more confident that we're in China, and 2, accurate timing. Oh well. Next and last, we've got... Hi. Hey there, bud. All right, well, we've got a northern cap on when this could be. We've got an upward agreement. All right, so we got a fella here, and we got a whole bunch of Franco-Prussian German fellas, mostly Prussian German, and also mostly just German. All right, we're in fuck it, Germany in I don't know. How close to killing yourself on account of gonna lose World War II do you look, bud? Not horrendously. Okay. So we are in Berlin, Germany. Or like Poland or something, but fuck it. We are in Berlin, Germany in 40. It was 1939, just down the road. Also, apparently, that's Mussolini. Good to know. Or maybe that's Mussolini. If I was a person who recognized Mussolini's, I would be able to identify an Italian parliamentarian. Because for some god-awful reason, the Italians have elected Mussolini's granddaughter to fucking parliament. 33,629 is a score. It's about all that can be said for it. Did not do horrendously well. Missed by a couple of decades a couple of times. But I still beat Sam. So that's nice. We need, strikeouts by hitters for these various things. Starting with a Cub between 1980 and 2026. Okay. So this is going to be almost certainly a modern power hitter. Who would have had like a full-time regular who wasn't actually very good. What about 2022 Javi Baez? Javi Baez strikes out a lot. Unfortunately for the category, when he was a Cub, he was very good. But, you can be a very good hitter these days and still strike out a fair whack at the time. So, how do we feel about 2022 Javi Baez? Could there be a Chris Bryant year here? Is this like 2019 2021 Chris Bryant? And 21 you're dealing with pandemic. 2019 Chris Bryant? I actually kind of like 2019 Chris Bryant. He might have been injured, though. Because he's Chris Bryant, and that's just a thing that happens to Chris Bryant. So, yeah, we're going to go for it. We're going to go 2019 Chris Bryant. 145 Ks, 84th percentile. Pretty good. Sammy Sosa. I remember. Also, I had the wrong Chris Bryant here. I had the right idea, but the wrong year. And then you've got a whole bunch of Sammy Sosas. Okay, Sammy Sosa, big dingers guy. That makes sense. Big dingers guy, also big Ks guy. They just kind of go part and parcel with one another. We need a shortstop in the American League Central from the 1980 to 2026. Okay. My first thought is Yuniesky Betancourt was a pretty damn bad shortstop for the Royals for a while. And I can't think of a good and amazing power hitter type shortstop. Like the Tigers had Jahani Peralta for a while. He wasn't particularly nothing. The Guardians had Francisco Lindor, but he was like a complete ball player type when he was there. He was just an excellent baseball player, not a deeply flawed hitter who would contribute a lot but also strike out a bunch, which is really what you're looking for here. You're looking for either a dude who sucks but gets full, regular playing time for some reason, or a deeply flawed hitter who contributes despite strikeouts. And Cleveland Guardian Francisco Lindor was not that. He was, however, just very, very good. So it might be worth it just to say Lindor because he plays every day. He does strike out somewhat just because he's a modern hitter. I don't feel great about it, but okay. I've talked myself into Francisco Lindor, which means I've talked myself into 2019 Francisco Lindor. Sure. 2019 Francisco Lindor, 98 strikeouts, only 58th percentile. Yeah, no. You whole bunch of guys here. Corey Snyder, the aforementioned Jahani Peralta, Tim Anderson would have been a good pull. Yeah, a bunch of Tim Anderson seasons. Okay. Tim Anderson is the kind of very good but flawed hitter who strikes out a bunch, but you live with it until he stops being good, and he stopped being good. A San Francisco Giant between 1980 and 2026. Late career Barry Bonds, like, this could be 2007 Barry Bonds, but I mean, 2007 Barry Bonds was an excellent fucking hitter. So, no, I don't think he struck out enough. I think there are more recent dudes. I think, man, if Rafi Devers had a full season, he would be the answer. Can I combine 2025 and 2026 Rafael Devers? Because that might be the answer. What about late stages Brandon Belt? Maybe late career Buster Posey? Late career Buster Posey would strike out a fair bit. Probably. No, he was still really good even at the end. It's not Bonds. I've gotten myself off of Bonds. I don't think it's Moises Alou. I think he was very good. Could be a... Carlos Beltran ever have a full season with the Giants, or was he just a... I think he was just a trade deadline rental guy for them. And then he moved on to elsewhere. So... Patrick Bailey? Could it be 2025 Patrick Bailey? He's a really bad hitter who gets a lot of playing time, or at least got. They eventually got sick of him and traded him. 2025 Patrick Bailey. Feels dumb, but fuck it. Let's go for it. 2025 Patrick Bailey. 95th percentile, 133 Ks. That's a good pull. Now, granted, there are better pulls. There are many better pulls, including, oh, right, Matt Chapman's cooked. Oh, right, the Willie Adames contract isn't working out. And, oh, right, they had J.D. Davis. And I did say, oh, right, late career Brandon Belt. So listen, there are better pulls. I still feel like this is a good pull. We need a second baseman in the American League West between 1980, well, in what is now the American League West, between 1980 and 2026. There have been a lot of bad ones. How about Robinson Cano? Seattle Mariner Robinson Cano was still a good hitter, but was one of those, like, you're gonna live with the strikeouts type hitters. I like the thought of Seattle Mariner Robinson Cano. It strikes me as non-horrible. Now the question is, so Robinson Cano played until 2022. I know he was with the Mets for a couple of years at the end there. So that's 22 and 21 and 20. Was he a Met in 2019, or was he still a Mariner? Well, we'll find out. He was a Met. 2018 Robinson Cano. Must have gotten hurt a whole bunch of times. Only struck out 47 times. So, it's a bad pull. You needed a full healthy year of late stages Robinson Cano, which didn't happen. So, okay. All right, fine. Rougned Odor would have been a good pull. Zach Geloff, if you remembered he existed. Sure. We need a Detroit Tiger between 1980 and 2026, and the answer I'm going with is end stages Miguel Cabrera. Because listen, Miguel Cabrera from 2003 through 18 or so, fucking amazing, fantastic ball player. End stages Miguel Cabrera, not that. We're going to say 2022 Miguel Cabrera. Must have gotten hurt. 101 Ks. Son of a bitch. Because that's the problem with end stages Miguel Cabrera. He was terrible, but he was also hurt. So, Riley Green, Cecil Fielder, Justin Upton, Jid Martinez. Okay, fine. Understandable. 524 is the total score. I beat Samurai Sam, and 22.4% of everyone who's done the game. Doesn't feel like a great performance today, but hey, the Patrick Bailey poll was somewhat impressive. Ah, well. Folks, that will do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. There will be no Gimmim on Monday on account of the Memorial Day holiday. Enjoy your mattress sales, I suppose. And thank you all for watching. I shall see you, I believe, Tuesday. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully Tuesday morning, 7 o'clock Eastern, for another edition. Until then, this is the end screen. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.